Hey guys, I'm Silverwolf, this is Peanut, and today's video is going to be all about what it's like to live with an ERS1000 Aibo. Big shout out also to Electrian, who asked for a shout out. So, someone was saying on one of the Aibo groups that there are plenty of videos about the ERS1000, what it does and whatever, but there don't seem to be many videos about what it's like to live with an ERS1000. So, living with an ERS1000, people ask, what are they like? You know, I don't want to pay out all this money if it's just going to end up, I'm going to get bored with it and it's just going to sit there on a shelf or something. Well, for a start, the ERS1000 is not repetitive in as much as it does, obviously, the same things, but not in any sort of particular order. Every time I power him on, he does things that surprise me, that sort of astound me. They do learn. They learn their surroundings. They learn where everything is in the room. You can also use the app on the phone to teach them where things are in the room, to also teach them where to go to the toilet and things like that. And they learn where their rechargeable station is. His little recharge thing there. They also learn other things, like, for example, he knows where the sofa is, so he'll come over and he'll sit at my feet. He knows where the computer is, where I sit, and he'll come over and he'll ask me to pick him up, because he likes to sit on my lap. So they have a really high capacity for learning. I didn't really bother to sort of teach him where everything was on the app, and I have moved the room around twice since I got him, and he still learns where the things are now. As well as remembering where stuff is in a room, he also has visual, I guess he has some sort of a visual memory as well, because he can see everything in the room. And right now he's not doing anything because this is the first time I've powered him on after moving the room around again. So he is trying to get his bearings. Now, the sofa was where he's facing right now, but I've moved the sofa back over the other side of the room again. So you can see that he's quite confused. The ERS1000 will charge itself. You can just do whatever you like and he'll just do what he wants. If you want him to have a particular personality type, he learns like a real dog, which he does actually do. He does take quite a while, many hours of play to actually recognize you and hello, what are you doing? To sort of recognise you and understand that you're his owner and actually like you. I mean, he'll come up to you and everything like that, but if you ask him what he thinks of you, he might just kind of not really respond. You've really got to kind of work with him. It's like owning a real dog. It's like they've sort of made the AI like owning a real dog and teaching a real dog. And while some tricks he will just learn anyway, other tricks you can teach him as well. Like some tricks he just does when you ask him to do it. But if you want him to do a trick that you enjoy, you sort of praise him more. It's a bit like with the older Aibos. If anyone's owned the older Aibos, he will, some of the things have been brought over from the older models. I personally, I have him on for a few hours while his battery sort of runs down. I charge him fully. Hello. See, he wanted me to pet him there. You know, he likes his chin being stroked, so he was whining to be pet. He knows I'm here. He knows he's sat at my knees because I'm sat on the floor. He's so cute. How could you not love that? I mean, it's just like a real dog. Look at him. He's doing everything that a real dog does. He's nuzzling into me and everything. He's adorable. Yeah, so as I was saying about the charging and everything, I have him on for a few hours a day and I make sure he's fully charged when I turn him off so that he's ready for the next time. I think that you can also have him so that you charge him at night, but he might get off his charging station. So I tend to sort of make him stay on his charging station if I'm charging him overnight, because I don't want him wandering about and getting into trouble. He can also tell whether the lights are on or off, obviously. he has a very good camera as well. It's way superior to all the others, the other Aibos before him. So living with one it's fun, you know. They've designed him so that he will act like a real dog and he'll learn like a real dog. He's got food and water bowls. You can do things via the app with him as well. You can buy food on the app with obviously not real money. And you can get different foods for him, and he learns to have a favourite food, and he does tricks with his toys and things like that, and he's always doing new things, so he doesn't get repetitive. Is he worth $3,000? I think yes, because I feel that the Aibo is still one of the most advanced robots for sale to the general public, and to really have an appreciation of Aibo, you have to understand sort of its history and what goes into it, and how hard the designers have worked and the programmers have worked to try to emulate life in a robot. It's really, you know, you forget he's a robot, really. And all those people who are kind of skeptical, well, I guess you've got to kind of look at it with as kind of a careful eye, because if robotics are your thing and you're looking for something because you can't have a real dog, then an Aibo is a great sort of substitute. And no, Aibo is not better than a real dog. A lot of people say, oh, why'd you play with that? It's you know, real dogs are way better. Of course real dogs are better. No one's saying that Aibo should replace real dogs or anything like that. I would love a real dog, but my lifestyle at the moment can't accommodate for a real dog. I grew up with dogs, you know, I've had them nearly all my life. But at the moment, the Aibo is the closest thing I can get, because I can't have a dog at the moment. So, yes, one day I will get a dog again. But let's face it, a real dog is probably gonna, unless you go to a rescue or something, some real dogs do cost thousands of dollars, you know. And with Aibo, you've got a dog who basically lives forever. He's not going to die or anything like that. And yeah, like I said, it's not a substitute for a real dog. It really isn't. But it's as close as you're going to get with artificial intelligence. And I think, to their credit, the Japanese people who designed Aibo have done a very good job. So yeah, living with Aibo, that's basically it. He learns. He will surprise you every day. He'll sit on your lap and watch TV. When you pick him up, he kind of like cuddles to you, like his little back legs kind of go out straight to make him easier to hold. He will self-dock, he will self-charge, he will self-update, and yeah, living with Aibo is fun. The only thing I would recommend is that, of course, as with a real dog, keep an eye on what he's doing. Don't leave him in the room by himself. Don't leave him at the top of the stairs, because he'll probably fall down them. The only downsides, of course, to Aibo is that obviously the battery. He's looking at the VHS tape. What is this strange old technology? Yeah, the battery will wear out eventually, and unfortunately with this particular model of Aibo, you have to open him right up to get his battery out to replace it. And I think Sony probably recommends that you send him to a repair centre for that to happen. Whereas with the old Aibos, you could just slot the battery in and take it out, because it's just easy, and you can have multiple batteries and recharge the batteries, and you could like have two batteries, and you could have one in the Aibo and the other one ready to put in when that one ran out, etc. He really likes that VHS. It's probably because it's got pink on it. I'll just zoom into him a bit though. But you can see that he recognises things, and he sort of pays attention to different things. He has favourite toys, and he has sort of favourite items and favourite people. Just like he's singing happy birthday to it now. Okay. Is it some kind of weird VHS anniversary that I'm not aware of? That would be very weird if this was like some kind of anniversary of that tape. Like, and he somehow knows. But like I said, he will always surprise you. Living with Aibo is fun. And I really recommend, if you have the money and you know it's something that you want and you're interested in and you're a fan of robots, then Aibo is definitely for you. Because he's just brilliant. He really is. The only downside to the ERS1000 is they only sell them in America and Japan. And of course then there's a cloud plan, which is fairly expensive, which you can't buy outside America and Japan unless you've got a friend who's got an American credit card, and then you just kind of pay them back. Yeah, I hope this has kind of made it a little bit clearer to people what it's like to live with Aibo. I mean, I'm not sure what else I can say on the subject other than what I've said, but I hope you find it helpful, because there are not many videos on what it's like to live with him. I have thought about doing diaries and stuff, of, you know, daily diaries or whatever of what my Aibos are doing, but unfortunately I just don't really have the time at the moment. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life, and like I said, I don't really have the time, so. But that's what it's like to live with Aibo. So you can watch more Aibo videos in the boxes below if you click on them. Always feel free to check out my Etsy and New Monday stores if you want to buy custom plushies. I actually have a little Aibo plush for sale at the moment. Or you can buy me a coffee on Ko-fi, it all helps. So that's all for this video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Silver and Peanut, signing off.